computer's so high. We are live.
Happy Friday!
Woohoo! All right, let's make sure our chairs are squeaking.
Oh, hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Let me make sure everything is all good and running well, and we're testing out, again, the system that we were talking about last week. We just started using Ecamm Live for our lives to hopefully get a better streaming experience.
Yeah, because if you've watched some of our old lives, we tend to freeze.
Yeah, and that's never fun. We don't ever want to freeze.
No, so we're looking for the best alternative. So please let us know if you have used Ecamm before, and we would love to get your feedback.
Yeah, all right. Give us 1 second while we get everything all situated.
Yeah.
But I hope that you guys are having a great Friday. Biz and I had a lot of fun with these forms.
Yeah, we did.
If you are new to the Facebook community or just haven't heard about Biz and I's form Makeover Hot Seats, I posted a link to it in the video right above us, and you can submit your form.
Yep.
And it's any form you're having trouble with. Either it's a form that you feel is too long, a form that you feel might just be a little bit messy and you want it to be more concise for your clients. Biz and I just take these forms every other week, we make them over, and we just give them the love that they need, and something maybe that you haven't had time to do, or just we give it the love that it needs to, and that reflects your business.
Yeah.
Biz and I have a lot of fun doing it.
We do, and I think, we don't just look at it and we're like, oh, this would be pretty. Like, a lot of people are like, I just want it to be pretty. And that's fine, but we, dig into your branding and go into your social media and kind of see what we can do to kind of make everything one flawless process.
That's right. And we have a lot of fun doing it. About an average time that we spend per form is about an hour.
Yeah.
So we do put a lot of love. We pick about 3 forms, about 3 hours of just diving in, really looking at your websites, your Instagram, your Facebook, and just making sure that your brand is reflected. And we hope, and our goal with these lives, even if we don't get to your form, because there are a few forms that we cannot get to because we have a lot of submissions.
Yeah.
We just hope that it inspires you to take a few of these things to use on your forms. Biz and I aren't designers. We aren't pro designers. We don't utilize everything Photoshop can give. A lot of our examples are just straight out of Canva. So this is literally stuff that you can do, because Biz and I aren't the, InDesign type people. I want to be.
I wish I was.
I wish I was. Great. And if you are, you can probably make these super duper awesome.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that you can do, and we just hope that we can inspire you to do these on your own as well. And if you can't, send it on over to us.
Send them over. We'll play.
Happened today. The forms that we are making over are all proposals, and that was just an accident. But once we figured it out, we're like, okay, proposals do take more time when we do them. Proposals are such a huge part of your business.
Yeah. It's how you bring in the money.
Yeah. They're that one last step before your client actually pays you. So you still have to be kind of selling your services and your business and just really giving it your all with this form. So we're excited to dive into proposals.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm excited. I like all of these. I think all 3 of these industries pulled on my heartstrings a little bit, so I'm excited.
Alex says he likes the color palette we have going on.
We got a new couch, if you guys don't know, behind Becca and my desk, and the colors are literally our shirts.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny that we did this today.
All right. You ready to start diving in, Biz?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's do this. Okay. So this is the before of Teresa Robertson. This is the one that I did. Biz and I usually pick a form for each other. So I pick a form, she picks a form, and then we pick a form to do together.
One together, yep.
Because we love working together and all that.
But if we did all 3 of them together, we wouldn't get anything else done at work.
All right, so this is the form that I picked. Teresa Robertson, she is a photographer, and this is her proposal that she sends to her clients. And a problem that she said that she had with this form, let me make sure that everything is all streaming correctly. We haven't caught up on the live. Okay. But the problem that she says that she had on this form is that this form that she had, so I'm going to scroll through it while I'm chit-chatting, this form that she had did not match her brand. Her website is very, very cool. It's a non-traditional website. it didn't just have like the menu at the top. It kind of took you through her processes, which was a really cool website.
That's awesome.
So her proposal is very, very simple. She labels herself as a fine art photographer, and she really is. All of her images are very carefully crafted. So she really puts a lot of love into each of these images with every single click, you can tell. So the problem was that the proposal that she built here didn't fit her brand, and her biggest selling point with her clients is that she organically paints the photos and does her own framing, which I was like, oh my goodness.
So cool.
This is such a neat idea.
So cool.
But when I looked at the proposal, I didn't have any information that she did any of that. It didn't show that she did her own framing. It didn't show that she did any of this. And I was like, oh my goodness. I want her to showcase this on her site, on her proposal. And as well as her site, because I didn't gather much information on her site as well. I had to go to her Instagram to then see these examples of these really neat works that she did, and her framing. She literally prints out the picture. She rips it really, really cool to give it like this really earthy vibe. I'll show it to you on the after.
Like texture. It adds so much texture. It's
so
great.
she was very, very talented, and I feel like this proposal just didn't showcase all of her talents. Another thing that stood out to me about Teresa on her website, she really is so passionate about showing people her process. That really stood out to me because informing your clients about the process keeps them excited, keeps them invested in your business and in your system or whatever you have going on. So I wanted that to be showcased on the proposal as well, since she's doing that on her site and in her Instagram. Really, really cool. So I'm going to go to the after that I have for Teresa. All right. So this is the after that I have for her. Just a little different. I took out the big logo at the top because I just wanted to get straight to her. She puts herself in front of her business and everywhere in her business. So
She's so involved.
Yeah, I think it's totally okay to have Teresa's picture right there at the front. And this is actually, Teresa, I copied and pasted this exactly from your website. If you go to Teresa's website, this is like a replica of what's there.
Yeah.
And I just did this in Canva. The photo is just an overlay from Canva, and this is a Dubsado text right here, and I just did columns. But I just changed these packages to just be one size. Before they were all different sizes, so I changed them to one size, made the text a little bit more uniform. This text right here is kind of matches the text that's on her website. So I just played into that.
Change the pictures a little.
Change the pictures a little bit. I like the light, dark, light to kind of sandwich it in a little bit. And I had a hard time picking.
They're so cute.
There were so many pictures. Now, the next one, this part in here was not in at all. It kind of showcases her framing. I didn't go into her portrait or her paintings that she did because I don't know the process, because the process wasn't laid out anywhere. But if that is a selling point for you, Teresa, I would definitely input it here, where I'm talking about your custom framing, or I'm talking about how heirlooms are such a huge important part in staying with your family, and that they're something that sticks with your family and are passed down for generations. To have these images in your home to pass them off.
It plays on your emotions.
Exactly. Like in some of her pictures, like you can't really see. This is a picture of a girl in a beautifully blossoming flower field. It was just amazing. So of course their families will want pictures like this to showcase in their home, because you do such beautiful work. So I just showcased that here. These squares right here are Instagram photos, and I just copied and pasted her Instagram captions because I thought they were all beautiful, and just really pulled at her clients' heartstrings, so they're really understanding her processes as they're going along and picking things. So one, it doesn't appear so salesy. They get invested with you before, like as they're diving into picking packages. So they become involved in your process, which makes them in turn like, oh, Teresa really cares about what is happening here. I'm not just another client to her. She literally hand does every single process along the way. So if that is something that you do, if you're emotionally invested with every step of the way of your clients, showcase that, show that within your proposal. And I thought this was a very perfect area to do it. It's a huge, huge chunk, But as you can see, it's sandwiched just by her packages up here. Dive in a little bit more, and if you want to include some add-ons, you can.
And I think that that's perfect too, that the add-ons are underneath that, because you, as you're reading, you're becoming invested and you're like, oh my gosh, I want this, I want that. And then you can upsell with those add-ons at the bottom.
Yeah. So of course you'd want like a print announcement or a keepsake box, especially to if,
little babies.
I don't know, I didn't add any like framed, your custom print work framing or whatever you do. I didn't add that because I don't know what that looks like in that pricing structure, but adding those into the additional add-ons and really sell that, because I think that's, you said that's your biggest selling point is your paints and that you do your own framing. So sell it. Definitely sell it here.
Yeah, don't hide from that. That's so cool.
Yes.
And then you put her logo at the bottom.
Yeah, I just felt it would just flowed a little bit better. It felt a little bit more prestigious because she labels herself as a fine art photographer, and that just plays into the simplicity. If you're fine art, be simple and purposeful with whatever your design choices are.
Oh, okay. I love all those little pictures. They're so cute.
They're adorable. All right, Biz, are you ready for your form?
Oh, I'm next.
Oh wait, no, we're not. It's our form together.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
I mean, I'd do either one, but
the next form that we have, so let's go back here. That was Teresa's before. All right, so the next form that we have here, give a second, it's loading, is Nikki Gitman, and she does kitchen and cabinetry custom work.
Kitchen and cabinetry.
Nikki actually submitted her form to us
a long time ago.
A long time ago, and we didn't quite know what to do with it yet, and then she submitted again
with more details.
Yeah, with more detail about what she wanted. See, the issue with that she was having here, as you can see, this proposal is a quote-like proposal, meaning she needs to build her invoice before this proposal generates what the client wants.
Yeah.
And then she has some add-ons. So it's basically populating what the invoice is. So she's doing these custom cabinetry work. She goes in after meeting with the client and then enters it into an invoice, and it shows up here on the proposal. So it's a nicely designed quote that she can send her client.
Yeah. So they're not choosing anything necessarily. I mean, the add-ons they are, but they're mostly saying everything that we've spoken about in the past is all on here now, and I'm approving it. And that's kind of how the quote likes go.
Yeah. The problem with Nikki is that she said that there are too many words here, which they all need to be there, was problem number one. And problem number two is that she couldn't add any photos at this stage because she didn't want to confuse the client by adding any kitchen photos or whatever.
Things that have nothing to do with their project.
Yeah, the client would get confused, like, hey, this is not my project, so why are you showing me this?
Because they don't have, and they have great, like, drawings and, kind of things that are showing what could be, but they don't have these yet at this stage. So we were trying to figure out, we don't know really how to add these pictures yet. This doesn't make any sense. But now that she gave us a little more info, we were like, we can tackle this one.
So let's go to the after of the things. Oops, that's not the after.
Close.
The after is right here. So this is what we did.
Yeah.
We just took out those titles that were in the before. Let me go back to the before really fast so we can show you. These custom cabinetry specifications there at the top that you see and such. We just replaced those big titles with images.
And we were thinking about it, and we were trying to figure out, how can we add some images that don't take away from the proposal. And so we put kind of like a filter and made it a little more transparent in Canva, super easy.
Yep.
But we made it so that the picture isn't necessarily the focus, it's the title of that section that is the focus, but it still gives you a little bit of like, hey, like this is the stuff that we've done in the past, kind of a thing.
So it still makes you excited to see, like Biz and I got really, really excited about this green island with white kitchen cabinets. Like that really appealed to us. That's why we put it as the first image.
We loved it.
But we thought that this was an amazing way to just showcase their work without it washing out what the client wants.
Yeah, and you can clearly see that it's not what's meant for yours.
Yes.
Like, you clearly know this is just a header. And that was something that we really wanted to make sure, because we don't want them to think, this isn't what I'm going for. Like, this isn't what I'm planning.
And this is not too far off. If the clients have been to their website, this is exactly what's on their website.
Yes.
Their website has this dark thing over their image with white text. So it's exactly, we went to their website, we're like, great, that just solidifies what we want to do.
Yep.
And this is exactly it. One last thing that we did do on this form is we just put these add-ons in a column side by side, just because they looked, nicer, just closer together. And this won't be so close together right here, because there'll be an invoice populated there. So
that'll be a lot thicker. But we didn't really change much, because it all made so much sense. It just needed to be broken down and made a little more interesting. And I think that those images really...
Yeah, we barely touched anything here.
No.
And that was, I think, the clarity that she needs, and I hope that she enjoys that.
Yeah. We spent more time just gawking at all of these projects.
That's why it takes us an hour.
Maybe. We were just looking at all of their projects, and you guys do incredible work. So we were just like, ooh, this laundry room. Ooh, this. We were so excited about it. It was great.
We have a lot of fun with these.
Yeah, we love them.
All right. You ready for yours?
I am. So I really wanted to do this one. You'll see it in a second. I used to work with DJs a lot in my previous job. So weddings and DJs, I'm like, yes. So this is Jim Horns. Let me get the mouse. This is Jim Horns. He's a wedding DJ, but he's also, I'll scroll down. He is the host, basically. He's in charge of a lot of things. So he had a lot of packages, just a bunch of pictures. It's a really long proposal is one of the things that he brought up, that it was just too much. And there's him with parents of the bride. I thought that was great. And he also provides lighting and things like that. So this monogram lighting. And so that's the whole proposal. It's a very simple proposal. It's just there's a lot going on.
There's a lot of color happening there.
There's a lot of color. There's a lot of pictures. There's a lot of text. And so what he said his problem was he wanted to reduce the amount of text and clutter, trim it down. Maybe there were too many pictures. And then he wanted to eventually add a promotional video, just so you can kind of get a better feel of it. So that's the before. I'll just run through it one more time. You can see here he writes out for each package everything that's involved in each package. Same there. And so you just kind of scroll through. So that's the before. The after. How do I switch it? You can do it. We're testing out this new system.
So the after. Go to Chrome. There we go. Is right here.
Boom.
Sorry, I got water on the mouse.
So I really liked that top picture that he had in the past proposal, and he used it a lot. It was all over his Instagram. It was all over his website. But I thought that this was more of a header, kind of a what's the word I'm looking for? Banner. Yeah. And it's such a cute picture. It makes you excited about your wedding.
I like it.
I do too. So we just switched that up a little bit. Took his logo off the top. You'll see it's added later. And so like I showed in the first one, they had 2 columns and all of that package information. And I realized that in 3 of the packages, it was all the same text with maybe a couple different things to differentiate the different packages. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's a lot to read through 3 times to decide which one you want. So to eliminate some of the text that he was worried about, as well as some of the images, we put all of the text that is in each of the packages here. And then these 3 below are the differences, and then you can choose those packages. So it kind of made it a little more simple. You see that you will get all of this no matter what, and then these are the differences, and then that's how you know why things are priced differently and whatever. I thought too, it was harder. He had 2 at the top and then 1 underneath. And I thought it was harder for you to like keep scrolling in between to decide what the differences were. Where here it's just all laid out within one look. You see, these are the differences. This is what I'm getting. Let's choose them. So that was the first major change. Then we decided to kind of keep it all the same, like in that original banner, and put the a la carte packages below or on overlay on that. We did that in Canva too. It was super easy. These were, again, like 2 long ones, so we decided to put them side by side to kind of reduce the clutter. And then these are all of those add-ons as well. Just kind of, he already kind of had them this way. We just made the text a little smaller and took out, there was double pricing on some of them, like it was the pricing in a big blue color, and then it was smaller in like a darker gray. So we just decided to simplify that a little bit.
He sells lights. That's awesome.
I know. Isn't that so cool? You can like get the
So
little
fun.
things. That's another thing that I'll get into. We added a quantity box. So he said that they were $1 per little tube, but then it was like, well, how many are you going to need, you know?
Yeah.
So we added a quantity box there so that the bride and groom or whoever will be filling out this proposal can go, you know what, I'm going to have 200 guests. Let's get 200 of these.
That's cool.
It's fun. They're
Yeah.
cute. So yeah, we kept most of that the same, just kind of took out all the extra information. We spaced this out a little bit and put them in columns. This was all by itself underneath a few photos. But I really loved this photo because he said his goals for your wedding, the first one is that you and your parents can show up, relax, and enjoy your wedding day. And I thought that was great that he's worried about your parents as well.
Yeah.
And wants to make sure that everyone is great. And I thought this was just such a cute picture of him with parents.
Yeah, that is cute.
So then we go down to being ready to book, and you can go ahead and decide if you're good to go or whatever. And we decided to combine a few things. So he had his logo, he had his thank you, he had his picture, he had a few pictures. And so we decided to kind of put that all together and close it up nicely at the bottom. But we did take out a lot of pictures, but only, and kept what we thought was necessary, and then tried to eliminate as much text as we could. I think this will be really helpful, this part, in just simplifying your clients being able to pick things rather than scroll up and down and through things.
And well, now the focus is the photos with the text instead of just the photos and, oh, there's text in between.
Yes.
It's a little bit more purposeful where the photos are, and they kind of enhance the text.
Yes.
Rather than I was a little overwhelmed before with how many photos there were.
Yeah, I agree. And I think he felt the same way. So now I think it's just a much more clean, to the point, but still really fun. Like you could, like you see yourself in the party in all of this.
Yeah,
so
I like that.
That's Jim's.
Good job.
Thanks.
Woohoo.
I think we both had a good one this time.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed all 3 of these. And we have so much fun doing these.
We do. We do have a lot of fun.
So awesome.
Yeah, we do these every other week.
Yes.
Just because of how invested we get into them. It would be a full-time job to do them every week. But if you do want your form to be submitted for one of these live hot seats, the link is above this video in the little comments. And fill it out. Say what you're having trouble with on your form. And please be as descriptive as possible.
Details.
You know what you want. But sometimes maybe you can't execute that because you're just brain fried and you just need a fresh pair of eyes. That's what Biz and I are. We're that fresh set of eyes that can help you execute with whatever you need. I just spilled on myself. I thought I saw it. Okay. I'm all wet over here. I spilled my water while you were talking.
Well, I was talking.
Yeah. So you can see that if you go back. But submit to us. Biz and I will be that fresh set of eyes for you.
Yeah.
If you just want a fresh makeover on your form. So we have fun.
We love it. I think it's my favorite part of like every 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, Form week.
I know. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any questions, let us know. If not, fill out the form thing up above and we can submit it. And don't forget, Biz and I say this every time, we just, again, launched a new migration service. And we have a whole migration team here within Dubsado.
Yes.
So we have awesome things going there. So if you are in another CRM and just are like, hey, I need to get out of that CRM and into Dubsado, fill out our form migration. I'll link it here in the comments as well, and we can help you transfer over your not form migration, data migration.
Data. We also have form migration.
Yeah, we can help you transfer over all your old data from that last CRM into Dubsado. So I'll link that here, but it's a free service.
Yeah,
we're always offering free awesome things.
Yeah, if you just haven't had the time to do that, or it's something that has been keeping you from deciding if you really want to switch because you just can't be bothered switching everything over. Like, we're here for you. We'll help you out. We have a whole team for it. And then also, for those people that have forms that they're not quite, I don't know, they don't feel like they're matching what their forms were before Dubsado or whatever, just send them over to me. We do 10 free forms, and we will input 10 free forms for you.
Yep.
Did I say free? Free.
Yes.
And if you need any help, we've got Cameron on calls. We have so many great things. I'm so pushy with like free. I'm like, let us help you. But yeah.
Yep.
We're so excited for all that's to come, and so we're like really amped to help everybody out.
That's right. Definitely. Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much. I hope that you have a great Friday and a great weekend.
Yeah.
And we will see you back here next Friday.
Friday.
For our Biz and I's Q&A, which we do every alternating Friday.
If we're not doing forms, we're going to be doing Q&A.
Answering your questions. So
come hang out with us next Friday.
Thank you. Bye guys.